the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cards and the Boys. All that and more coming up next.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas. Host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. So good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Oates in here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap, not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll run with Dowdle. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Dak to fire here, complete to Cooks. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
A short throw caught by Ferguson.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. That's good for a Dallas first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Now, Dowdle. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On 4th down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. This will be from 47 yards. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. DJ Dallas now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019, to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Murray. The throw on the run is complete.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. On the play fake, Dak. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
To return is Greg Dortch. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the 1st down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll go right back to Connor. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Murray on 3rd down. And that ball picked off. It's the ball hawk, Trayvon Diggs again.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. To throw is Dak. He pulls it in around the 5. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Good blocking, and he's in. Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw again is Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he's going to have a 1st down. They get into field goal range here at the 29.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Murray looking to throw. Thrust, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board just before halftime.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
3 seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cardinals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. This pass is caught by Greg Dortch.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, it's Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. A quick slant taken by Lab. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up first down.
And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry. Now a second down throw for Prescott. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
and he will take this one across into the end zone. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cards offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Here's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. Now Murray. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Murray. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
3rd and a yard. Murray's going to throw again. He's got his man. It's Harrison. 2nd time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start. Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals are able to cut the deficit to 10. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They get 18 on that one. First down, Cowboys. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Now a give up the middle. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Cowboys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Play action. It's Murray. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Murray. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. James Conner, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Down to the 10. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Prater, extra point is good. And the Cardinals are able to cut the deficit to 10. Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. To a knee goes Prescott. And that should do it. Cards going to signal for their third and final timeout. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a